everyone, it's Taylor here, and today we're going to create these two cards featuring our new stencil and clear combo set. So that set is called Sweet Scoops, and it features stencil strips to create the smaller cones and then 4 larger quad stencils to create the larger ice cream cone, along with clear stamps to accent. I have here the Mini Strips Hello Summer stamp with the coordinating die that you can line up with those alignment squares to perfectly cut all of those sentiments into strips. I have our Mini Slim Stitched Rectangle Stacklets, foam sticky strips, and Post-it removable labeling tape for masking. And then I will be doing some embossing. So I have my embossing tools, my powder tool, Versamark, and white embossing powder. I will also be doing some applying of glitter with our new glitter grab. This is a paste that you apply through a stencil, and then you can put the glitter over the top and it sticks just perfectly. We have new glitters in 10 different colors. I'll be using Lollipop, Candy Corn, Gold, Pea Pod, Cookie Monster, and Jelly Donut. And then I'll be doing some blending with my bitty blender brushes, and then I have the toffee brush from the original large set as well. These will help me get into small spaces with all of the different colors I'll be using. It starts with Lollipop, Candy Corn, Pineapple, Pea Pod, Mint Julep, Cookie Monster, Jelly Donut, Toffee, and Mushroom. So let's get started on the project. I'm going to start by showing you the Sweet Scoops stencil and clear combo. We have stencil strips to create the smaller cones, then you have the scoop for the top, the topping for the top of the scoops, and then if you want to stack your scoops, you have a separate cone to allow you to stack as many layers as you'd like. And then we've increased the size of those items 150% and offered them in 4 quadrant stencils so you can create both small and large cones. I'll be making a couple of mini slim cards today, and so I have a piece of sugar cube cardstock cut with the stitched mini slim rectangle. I'm going to start by blending the first layer, which is the cones, and I'm doing that with the toffee ink across the stencil strip. Once that's finished, we can take the ice cream scoop stencil, line it up with the cone alignment grids, and then I'm going to blend those using my bitty blender brushes and rainbow colored inks. So I'm starting with Lollipop on the left, and then I'll move my Post-it labeling tape so that I can mask off the cone to the left and the right, and continue with the candy corn, and again mask off with that paper. Using those bitty blender brushes allows me to get in a small space without a lot of excess ink on my stencil and worrying about transferring that from color to color. So here I have the Pea Pod ink, and then we're going to continue on with the Cookie Monster, and the last color of the rainbow will be the Jelly Donut ink for that final scoop of ice cream. So then I've created rainbow scoops of ice cream, and we can take the clear stamps that come with the stencil and clear combo and add the detail to these different items. So I'm starting with the base of the cone, and I'm just doing this with an acrylic block. You could certainly set this up in your MISTI as well for a lot more precise stamping. Now comes the fun part. We are going to pixie spray the back of this stencil and apply that topping over the top, and then I'm going to use that glitter grab. So the glitter grab can be applied through the stencil, and then you can use it to adhere any glitter color that you want over the top of the stencil design. So I'm using my Nuvo Media spatula and just adding that glitter grab through the stencil. Once I've got the paste applied, you want to wash your stencil right away, get that under some water, but you can see that that glitter grab is on each of the ice cream cones. Now I want to apply different colored glitters to all of the different cone toppings. So I'm setting out my glitter colors, and I'm just going to kind of hold my piece of masking paper over the top of the cones and just tap, tap, tap on those jars to get just a little bit of glitter to come out. Now, there's so little glitter left over at the end once I brush this off that I'm just going to toss that piece of paper aside, and it's not worth taking all of the time to put each of the individual colors of glitter back into the jars when you're using such a small amount. So that is the fun that we had with Glitter Grab, and now I'm going to take those larger sized cones and do a separate card. So again, I have a piece of sugar cube cardstock cut from the stitched mini slim rectangle stacklets, and this time I'm going to create a stacked ice cream cone. So I did the cone base with the toffee ink, and then the first layer with the Lollipop ink. Now I'm going with that second layer with candy corn ink. Then I'll continue on the third layer with pineapple ink. I do wash my stencil in between just with a baby wipe to kind of wipe that excess ink color off before I continue on with the next color. And I'm going to finish this time with mint julep because it's the perfect color for a mint chip ice cream. We're going to take the clear stamps then and add those to the different cones and create dimension for those scoops of ice cream. Now, as I'm creating the dimension for the bottom scoops, I am trying to just put the ink along the bottom portion of that stamp. I don't want it to go all the way up the side like you see on the very top ice cream scoop. Now here we have the cone detail, which is the same as the mini cones, just a larger size to fit that cone base. And then we'll finish it off with the mint chips that go in that top scoop of ice cream. So there's the chocolate chips on our mint chocolate chip ice cream scoop. So you can see how both of those panels turned out super cute using lots of the new products. And I'm going to finish both of them with a sentiment from the new mini strips Hello Summer. So I am conditioning my Oreo cardstock with my powder tool and then stamping with Versamark ink. That powder tool is going to help so none of this embossing powder is going to stick to the cardstock. The embossing powder can really stick to the oils in your skin that are transferred onto the cardstock, so using that powder tool is the best way to avoid that. And then you can just use a clean cloth to wipe off the excess residue, line up the coordinating die over the top, and send it through the die cut machine to cut all 10 sentiments out in one pass. Now we can choose which sentiment we want to use on each project, and I'm going to adhere those with foam sticky strips. So I have a sweet birthday, and then I have life is sweet. And I like to adhere these using my tweezer because then I can see exactly where to place the sentiment so that it's centered perfectly on each panel. I decided to add some cherries to the top of these cones, the smaller cones. So I grabbed some of my old Doodlebug glitter enamel dots and added those to the top of each cone. And now the only step left is to add these to an Oreo layer and then to a card base. So I've cut my layers for the stitched rectangle stacklets so that that layers perfectly. And then I'm using some of our side fold mini slim card bases from the rainbow pack and just adhering those panels that we created onto the center of each card base. I hope you're feeling inspired to play with our new Sweet Scoops Stencil and Clear combo. You can find all of these products at the Tailored Expressions web store at tailoredexpressions.com.